This week, like I said, I'm going to be talking about leadership. I've been in a position of leadership all my life, even going back to my first job out of college. When I used to work at Abercrombie and Fitch, but I've been in leadership for a long time in the mortgage and housing industry for, gosh, about 60, 15 years. I don't know, but quite a while. So this one's about leadership, and it's going to feel a little bit different than my usual topics, but it's a message I think more people need to hear, especially those stepping into leadership or already in leadership. A few years into my career, I started asking people, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I started asking people who wanted to move into management, who had never been in management, one simple question. The question was, how many people have you fired in your career? And it wasn't a question that was meant to be cold. It wasn't a trick question, but it's one of the fastest ways to gauge their real world experience in tough situations when you are a leader or lack thereof, because actual leadership comes with weight. And some of that weight is emotional. So yeah, this is one of those episodes where if someone clips maybe just 15 seconds of this little monologue, it could make me sound cold for asking people, how many people have you fired? So before you form an opinion, hear the whole thing. Because unless you've ever been responsible for hiring or firing someone, unless you've ever had a team of people counting on you, you might not fully understand the weight that comes with in leadership. Now, stay with me. I'm going to pull in a Walking Dead reference. If you've seen it, you know Rick Grimes. He was the main actor in the main one in the show. He was the kind of leader who had to make impossible calls every day. Whenever he met someone new, someone who potentially wanted to join their group, he would ask three questions. The first one was, now I'm going to avoid using the word KILL. I'm going to use the word unalive because of the algorithm. And sometimes you get flagged if you use these trigger terms too much. So I'm going to say the word unalived. The first question he would ask, how many walkers, zombies, have you unalived? He'd wait for them to answer. Then he'd ask, how many people have you unalived? And the third question was why? Each question mattered, but for different reasons. If someone said they hadn't unalived any walkers or just one or two, that was a red flag for him, because Rick needed to know if they had experience. Had they been tested? Could they survive and protect the rest of the group when things got real? But the second question, that one hit different. How many people have you unalived? If the answer was one, maybe two, there was usually a story behind it and you wanted to know why. A moment where maybe they had to make a brutal call to protect themselves or someone else in their group. It meant they faced something dark, but they were still human. But if the number was higher, three, four, five, or however many, that was a whole different kind of threat. Because now Rick wasn't just asking about experience, he was evaluating trust. Is this person dangerous? Are they reckless? Could they be a threat to the people I've been tasked with protecting, is what he would ask himself. And that's the part that always stuck with me. Being a leader isn't just about growing your people, it's about protecting them. Sometimes that protection looks like setting high standards. Sometimes it looks like accountability. And sometimes it looks like letting someone go. And I know firing someone is brutal. Even when it's the right call, it still feels awful. You think about their mortgage, you think about their kids and their pride. You start to replay every conversation, wondering if you missed a chance to step in sooner. But here's the part people outside of leadership don't always get. You're not just making that call for them, you're making it for everyone else who stays. Because the people who work hard, who show up, who care, they deserve a team that holds the same standard. And if someone's pressing and if someone's presence, can't get my words out, if someone's presence is holding others back and creating tension or slowing the group down, it's your responsibility as a leader to address it, even when it hurts. That's the real cost of leadership. It's not just the pressure or the hours, it's the emotional toll of doing what others won't. So, if you've never led a team, it's easy to hear this and think it sounds harsh. But for those who've had to sit across from someone and end their role, you know it's not about ego or control, it's about stewardship. You're not just building, you're protecting what you've built. And sometimes the decisions that shape us the most are the ones that no one sees.